Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Mike. Today, we're tackling something that can really transform your English, learning to think in the language itself.
Exactly. This is honestly one of the game changers when it comes to language learning. We'll be walking you through some practical strategies to help you get there.
And the payoff is huge. Once you start thinking in English, your responses become faster and your speech flows much more naturally. But it does take some work, so let's jump right in.
Our first strategy is mental visualization. Picture yourself in everyday situations and ask yourself, how would I describe this in English? What would I say here?
A good place to start is your morning routine. Instead of running through your to-do list in your first language, try asking yourself in English, what's on my agenda today? Or when do I need to head out?
And here's another simple but powerful exercise. Narrate your surroundings. Wherever you are, just describe what you see in English. Sitting at a cafe. Think to yourself, it's pretty packed in here today. The barista is pulling a shot of espresso. Small habit, big results.
Now, one of the trickiest hurdles for most learners is breaking the translation habit. A lot of people instinctively think in their mother tongue and then convert it into English. To build real fluency, you need to skip that middle step entirely.
Which brings us to immersion. Surrounding yourself with English as much as possible makes the language feel far more familiar. Load up on English podcasts, films, and books. The more input your brain receives, the more naturally it starts to process English.
And it doesn't always have to be active listening either. Having English playing in the background, whether it's a movie or music, still helps your brain warm up to the sounds and rhythms of the language.
Here's one that might feel a bit awkward at first. Talking to yourself in English. But trust me, it works. Narrate your day, comment on what you're doing, hold a mini conversation with yourself. Something like, all right, I got up early, made some coffee, and now I'm getting ready for work.
No audience, no pressure. It's actually the perfect low stakes environment to experiment and make mistakes.
Speaking of mistakes, please don't be scared of them. Every error is feedback. The more you practice, the fewer mistakes you'll make, and your confidence will grow steadily along the way.
Think of mistakes as checkpoints, not setbacks. Progress matters far more than perfection.
Another tool worth adding to your routine is flashcards. Jot down new words, phrases, or even full sentences in English and run through them during the day, while commuting, waiting in line, or taking a break. Repetition is what turns vocabulary from something you recognize into something you use.
Alongside that, try keeping a daily journal in English. It doesn't have to be long, even 3 or 4 sentences about your day is enough. Writing regularly forces you to organize your thoughts in English, and over time, you'll notice real growth.
And be intentional about expanding your vocabulary. Focus on words that actually come up in your daily life. If you work in an office, learn work-related terminology. If you socialize a lot, build up your conversational vocabulary.
Don't underestimate the power of real conversations either. Chat with English-speaking friends, colleagues, or join a language exchange community online. Exposure to different accents and speaking styles is especially valuable.
One more technique that makes a real difference. Form your sentence in your head in English before you say it out loud. With enough practice, this mental step becomes almost instant and eventually disappears altogether.
And be patient with yourself through the process. Set small, manageable goals, like thinking in English for just 10 minutes a day, and build from there.
Over time, your brain rewires itself. Thinking in English stops being a conscious effort and just becomes how you think.
Let's do a quick recap. 1. Visualize situation in English. 2. Describe your surroundings out loud. 3. Ditch the translation habit. 4. Immerse yourself in English media. 5. Talk to yourself in English. 6. Embrace your mistakes. 7. Use flashcards consistently. 8. Write in English daily. 9. Grow your vocabulary intentionally. 10. Have real conversations in English. 11. Preform your sentences in English before speaking.
That's a wrap for today. We hope these strategies give you a clear path forward. Remember, it all comes down to consistency. Small daily steps lead to big changes over time.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more practical tips for your English journey.
Until then, stay curious, stay consistent, and enjoy the ride. Bye for now.
See you next time.